All right, so let's begin by looking at, yes, so the State of the Nation is this Thursday. Obviously, a lot of expectation from Kenyans in as far as the progress of the government that on December 2017, the President spoke about the Big Four agenda. So we'll be looking at the possibilities of how far have we come in that. But before we do that, let's look at that story in the front page of the Daily Nation, talking about stalled projects. You see, Lesame's police station, a project that was started in 2012 and financed, it's still incomplete. May 2012, the same year, yes, the same year, obviously. Siaya County, 42 million shillings for Sigomere Police Station Administration Block, not yet completed. And then Lamu County, 2016 to 2017, 3 million shillings, up to 35% of 384 cubic meters of 1,000 cubic meters of water wasted. So when you talk about the wastage that we see in government, the theft that we see in government, yet projects remain incomplete. There was an earlier warning or requirement by the President that there should be no new projects before the incomplete ones are done. So as we look towards the State of the Nation address, how should you expect it to be handled in as far as these projects or similar projects are concerned? If we may start with you.
Project implementation is a cyclic affair, and you know, there are great causes all over the world about project implementation. Where you start with a feasibility study. You make sure that that project is going to be useful, it's going to really be beneficial. Then you do the implementation, you do your monitoring and evaluation, you do your project completion at the end of the day to make sure that, because you start projects, which of course is a sort of investment, you put in money. You're expecting money out, either in terms of social outcomes or financial outcomes. So you have projects that are stalled, that means you actually, the money has gone down the drain. You have two options. You have either to proceed with that, put in more money, probably even beyond the budget, and ensure they're completed, because if you leave them, then they become what we call white elephants. So I think we will be expecting this again to be a major thing. We need to find a way forward. We need to have probably synopsis of since the presidential directive about projects not new projects beginning, have new projects begun, you know, some sort of analysis about that. And if that has happened, that no new projects have begun, then the ones that have started, what is going to be done to ensure that those are finished? And I think we need also to have our county assemblies and our county governments coming up strong on this, especially for projects within their counties, to ensure that from the beginning to the end, one way or another, these projects have been completed, because it becomes a waste for taxpayers' money when projects are not completed. I think it's a big thing, because also those projects are part and parcel of what you're calling a macro approach to development. How are you going to develop if you don't have projects that are completed, that are addressing specific socio-economic issues that are key for developmental agenda?
And Mheshimiwa Elachi, many a times that when you're starting a new project, it's in furtherance of the promise that you have made. For instance, the Big Four agenda, it's because the President made a commitment. But then again, there are all these stalled projects that we talk about. How do you balance those new things that you want to do against what has already been started and money allocated for?
I think the first thing, and you remember a few months ago, the President decided to have this coordination team that realigns all the projects. And I think that is now how all this is coming out. And for the purposes of just understanding, you've used taxpayers' money to launch these projects. You've taken Eurobond as a country. You have ensured Kenyans are waiting for these projects. They saw you launch these projects. So I think that is one thing he realized. I need to understand all the projects that we've launched through our manifesto as Jubilee. Are we really on track? Have we been able to complete, or where are we in terms of these projects? And this brings out a very scary picture, because these are just small projects, you know, and we know we have the big ones. And I believe we have money that has come from World Bank, from ADB Bank, and even from countries. These countries are also worried because they are looking at their companies in terms of, it's not just in Kenya. These are companies that do international work. Therefore, if you don't complete or do properly the projects in Kenya, it means you'll be blacklisted internationally. You'll be blacklisted by the World Bank not to get money to do projects anywhere else. So for me, first of all, we need to ask ourselves, and that's why I was saying, as a country and as Jubilee, because we are the ones running government. I think we need to sit down and ask ourselves and reflect and agree that indeed, yes, we have wronged. There are some things, and it's not the president, and it's not the deputy president, because I think we have now politicized it so much. There are many officers, because there's no way the president will go to Marsabit and start doing a police station. No, it is his officer somewhere there, and there's another officer following up. So it was important for us to sit down and ask ourselves, where have we gone wrong with our officers?
Thank you. And that leads me to my next question.
Yes.
Who is to blame then? When you have 49.8 billion...
And that's why I'm saying, you can now take it back to the top alone.
Right.
We are blaming ourselves as the whole administration, that there's something wrong. Fine, the president has brought in now a way of looking at it and trying to start addressing it. But then the next question somebody will ask, fine, 45 billion has already gone. How do we address this? And I think that is where, for me, when he's coming for his state address to the country, he needs to tell Kenyans, we know, and it is important to appreciate we have done wrong. You know, the only problem we are having is we are refusing.
Right.
And then we keep on having these things on media. I wish we can accept and say, fine, we have done wrong, but as an administration, we've realized where we went wrong was bringing in so many projects at the same time, and that's where people took advantage, not just government. The businessmen took advantage of the whole process. Many people took advantage of this process, because today you're opening this and you open this in the afternoon, then you open another one, and many people took advantage, and follow-up was done very wrong.
Honorable Sabina Chege, talking about administration, accountability seems to be an issue when it comes to President Uhuru's government. Be it the dams, be it the 49.8 billion. We don't see a sense of accountability. And yet, we are in a country that is in debt. We are soon reading the budget again. He's yet to address the state of the nation come Thursday. What would you want to see being done?
Well, I think looking at the headline at Daily Nation, and I can see projects from May 2012. That means some of them are from the previous administration, then coming into what is current. What I think with the current administration is that we have lazy officers who do not want to work. And I think one of the things I'm expecting with the president, I think we had the 4 agendas of the Jubilee government.
Right.
And we have now forgotten about them, and we are talking about corruption and handshake like they were part of our agendas. And one of the things I'll expect the president to do when he comes to address the parliament is not just to talk about corruption again and where we have made mistakes again. I would expect a few people to go home, because I think we have been doing the talk, but there's no action. I think Kenyans are tired. And even the president himself has said we can have a revolution in this country where Kenyans themselves will go and get people out of the offices. Because there's no way we can be naming people, writing stories, big stories on the newspaper, and that's it. And so we, I remember last year in Parliament we were handling about a project, Mtihani House, that has stayed over 30 years. I don't even think even now it's complete. But the big question is, why do we have stalled projects? We have people who are government officers who make deals with contractors, who want every time to delay so that then there's a certificate to be issued and then there's a penalty by the government. And I think the bigger scandal will be even the awards that are in the courts right now. Because we have government officials who commit and then they don't honor, and then the government is taken to court. Then there are this huge amount of money that are awarded. And you know, people are just doing deals, and I think the people need to start taking responsibility. The buck must stop somewhere. We should no longer focus on just about the CS, or you know, the CS really doesn't even sign. The people who sign are the PSs. But we need action to be taken. I am hoping by Thursday that the president will send a few people home. And this long story of some people going to court and taking forever, the president should, of course, then again set special courts immediately, so that then these cases can be handled. If you stole 10 million, pay 15, go home.